Thank you, President. Well, COVID-19 has been the backdrop to all our sessions, and it's of course been a wake-up call. It reminds us that our entire interconnected world is vulnerable and fragile to catastrophes which aren't just national, but will cascade globally. And our generation's legacy will be defined by how we manage to cope with similar, possibly even worse catastrophes in the future. And these global threats, of which COVID-19 is an example, are of two kinds, but they're many and varied. Some, like climate change and environmental degradation, are incrementally destructive. We know them well, but we don't develop countermeasures because their worst impact stretches beyond the life cycle of any politician. It's like the proverbial boiling frog, contented in a warming tank until it's too late to save itself. But the other kind of threats are global pandemics, which are fairly immediate in their destructive impact and could happen at any time. But here again, the reason we were so ill prepared for COVID-19 was that they are rare enough that we tend to be complacent that they won't happen in our active lifetimes. So today's session is going to broaden somewhat from COVID-19 to consider global health and global education, etc. But in introducing global health, I'd like to recall a very moving statement the President made at the end of yesterday's session, which was to remind us that although we are saddened by the million deaths of COVID-19 so far, we shouldn't overlook the fact that 5 million young children die every year in the developing world for lack of fairly basic medical attention and food. So we should see this pandemic in this broader context of global health. And also, if we are thinking of deprivation in some areas of the world, it's not just a lack of health treatment, but lack of education, which leads to deprivation and impedes development. And also, of course, means that people don't really know how to cope with a catastrophe.